Prambors 102.2 FM. Selamat malam kaula muda. Dan sekarang gue mempunyai sebuah kejutan khusus buat lo. Karena gue kedatangan malam hari ini two guys coming down way earlier before. Dan yang pasti mereka udah tampil di Love Garage 2011. Buat kaula muda yang tentunya kemarin udah nonton, it was a massive show. So let's give it up for Flight Facilities. We've got it all here. Hey guys, what's up?
How are you?
All right, so you can actually tell what's your story on yourself. How are you doing? What have you guys been up to?
I think we're still in a bit of shock, just having strolled into Jakarta and seen the I don't know what kind of reputation we've got here. We didn't really realize what was going on.
Yeah, but at least well, one thing's for sure, you guys are actually making up to the tops in our charts. I mean, Cravey was like massive. It was crazy.
It's such a surprise.
Yeah, we've been blown away by it. We had no idea that it had this sort of impact here.
So how did you guys meet? I mean, how did you guys made this?
Nightclubs.
We're both DJing, and like we started, we had the same friends, had the same taste in music, and it's sort of just eventuated and evolved from there.
I think we were working together for about 6 months on remixes and things like that before we got started on Cravey, so there was a little bit of a platform. And
so basically this is like your baby. Your baby
right now this is our only child.
Yeah. We fight over her all the time.
So what do you guys play before? I mean, what remixes do you do, or
anything? Have you guys been playing any of the other stuff? I mean, like the Cut Copy remix?
I've heard of it before.
Yeah, Japanese guys called the Lowbrows, and some Australian friends called the Bag Raiders, which you probably know.
Bag Raiders, Bag Raiders was. So basically, the music industry here has actually been topsy turvy, but you guys are made it to the charts. I mean, like everyone was crazy about it.
Yeah, we can't believe that.
Yeah,
still.
We feel like you guys have got some serious integrity if this is making it.
And the fact that your lyrics are actually helping the girls to see that this is one hot chick. I mean, this is like all the guys are actually staring at her, and then she goes like, I don't want these guys staring at me. I want you.
It's a good little story, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a personal story for Giselle that she was after a guy.
It was her.
It's her.
Yeah,
that is a total story for her.
Oh wow! So how did you guys meet Giselle?
In a club one night. Okay. I just got to talking to her. She never ever goes out, and it just happened to be one of those nights that I have a habit of talking to strangers, so it was always it was always going to happen.
All right, we're going to play your choice of songs later on, but first of all, I want to say thank you so much for coming in. We're going to talk a bit later. Buat kalau muda yang pengen nanya apapun, langsung tweet sekarang ke Prambors atau kirim SMS ke 9123, ketik P1 spasi nama spasi umur spasi pertanyaan lo, and we will be back after this. Prambors 102.2 FM, balik lagi barengan sama Yuda Perdana, dan tentunya hari ini sangat istimewa sekali dan berbeda karena malam hari ini we've got Hugo and James, and you guys have any like nicknames or whatever? I mean, is it like that's
Jimmy, I guess, and I get called anything from an insult to just Hugo.
Mostly insult.
All right, now you guys, in your playlist you have Tiny Temp. We've got NERD, and we've got songs that you guys made a mix out of it, right?
Yeah, well, we had a shout out from Tiny Temper a couple of weeks ago, so we thought we should kind of do the same and throw some support back. Not like he needs it; he's huge at the moment.
No, I mean, you guys are like, this is your first baby. Now, what are the positive vibes coming from our radio station itself? I mean, we've played your songs like it's a massive airwaves, like every time, every day. You guys made it to the charts. So, what other response coming from other people, or other countries, or artists, or whatever?
I think it did all right in Europe as well.
Europe's done all right. We went over there for a tour last year and found out that we expected like 50 people at each show, but we found out it was a little bit more, and it was really well taken over there, so we were happy. And then Australia is pretty big fan base as well.
So what's next? Which country, which continent are you aiming?
Yeah, I think America's the next one to try and conquer. See if they'll have us.
All right, so I've heard that you guys are actually a big fan of the Two Door Cinema Club.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, Richard, as your liaison here, I mean, he's like telling me like you guys are actually wanting to meet these guys.
Yeah. We've never met them, so we're like keen to meet them.
So you guys have made their remixes?
No, but we play
Two Door Cinema Club
one
stuff.
of their remix.
All right, so all right, now we're gonna talk about it later on, and we've got coming upcoming songs coming from Bag Raiders. We got Sneaky Sound System. I mean, these songs are actually really hot. So buat kalau muda yang pengen dengerin, tungguin aja, kita bakal balik lagi. So I will return, and don't forget, we've got Scissor Sisters. It's going to be played tonight. So stay tuned, I'll be back. Prambors 102.2 FM. Now, we are back di Celebrity on your daily playlist barengan sama Flight Facilities. How did the fans see you here? I mean, do you have any... I mean, your Twitter was awesome.
Everyone was going off like every day. I mean, it's also because of you guys and because of, you know, the guys from Ismail Live from the party and stuff.
Okay. So, the thing is, there's a good story buat kalau muda nih bahwa Flight Facility ini meminta untuk ngobrol langsung sama Prambors malam hari ini. Karena it's because you guys keep tweeting, you guys keep requesting the songs. I mean, Cravey, I mean, you can ask these guys. I mean, the songs are like massive. Everyone was like craving. I mean, again, the lyric was just naughty in a way, which if you guys didn't hear the first cut, it was a personal story by Giselle.
Yeah.
Now, what are personal stories again that you have? What's your story? I mean, tell me about the tour. The Europe tour that you just mentioned. How was it?
That was really fun and crazy. I think the thing is, whenever you go to another country, you never expect anyone to know you. You think, I'll just, you know, wander in and do my thing, and hopefully there'll be a few people that'll recognize it. And then watching people who barely even speak English,
yeah, singing the song, you know, like we were so happy.
Yeah,
it was a really cool, humbling experience.
And how about the experience that girls actually throw themselves at you?
Well, we haven't really experienced that.
Well, I guess in Indonesia you're going to be experiencing a lot. So how do you take? This is your first time here.
Yeah.
Oh,
well, first time to Jakarta. I've been to Bali like 5 times, and Hugo's been once, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, but definitely.
We love it.
But you have so this is like the first time in Jakarta.
Definitely.
Yeah.
All right. So if other Ismaya outlets are actually inviting you guys to play again, you would really love it.
Oh yeah.
Have you been to the clubs though?
We haven't. I was going to go last night, but I fell asleep in my hotel.
We hit a brick wall. It was all over.
Pretty boring, huh?
It was all over at about 10 o'clock. We suddenly found the desire for bed.
Yeah.
All right. So we're going to talk later on about whatever you guys are going to be doing next. Yang pasti juga buat kalau muda jangan lupa untuk tweet ke Prambors sekarang juga dan mention. Okay, maybe for all our listeners who does not know about your Twitter, what is your Twitter?
It's Flight Fac. It's just Flight Facilities without the illities. So
okay. It's Flight Fac.
FAC.
Yeah. FAC, yeah. Flight.
No underscore or whatever?
Nah, just all one word. Flight
Alright,
Fac.
buat kalau mending pengen sekalian juga untuk mention Flight Facilities, itu adalah tulisannya Flight Fac, FLIGHT FAC, ya. Jadi buat kalau muda yang pengen request apapun, mau nanya apapun, silahkan sekarang juga. And I will be back after this. Stay tuned terus di Celebrity on your daily playlist. Prambors 102.2 FM. Celebrity on your daily playlist is back. Ada lagu-lagunya tadi, ada lagunya NERD with Party People, Tiny Tempa, and we've got Two Door Cinema Clubs. Okay, now, between the both of you, who has the most initiative to actually make a song?
I think it's a joint thing.
Yeah, it's definitely. I would never say that one has more. I mean, sometimes one person has more attachment to a certain song and goes like, yeah, let's try and do this.
How do you describe your music, anyways?
Whoa.
We've always said that we never know how to describe it.
Yeah,
we always like everyone else to give it the name because we have no idea what we're making.
If you want to describe it in a way where you can actually see how the people see
World music.
World music.
Well, it normally falls under. I mean, people will call it new disco, indie dance.
Yeah.
Sometimes just dance music. It falls under the three of those.
Chill wave.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, with Cravey, it's very.
I mean, again, about the music itself, you call it. Some people call it new disco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like Australia has been making a lot of artists that is actually big, and has the same kind of tone to it. How do you describe that? I mean, how?
It's kind of it's good to know that there is like a proper base for that kind of music because otherwise we'd all be listening to the same hard out.
So do you guys know New Copy?
Well, yeah, we've never actually met them, but it was through the label that we did the remix. But it's definitely along the same set of lines, and we love their stuff.
Yeah, and it was a pretty big hit also when they came to Indonesia.
Yeah,
they played live here. Yeah. And how do you think about all these? How are back then, I mean, when the grunge era, it was Silverchair.
Yeah.
It was Silverchair. Now, how do you guys, I mean, are you guys going to conquer America also? I mean, all these...
Oh, we hope so. I mean...
That'd be great to conquer America.
We just want to go over there and do a few shows at the moment.
Okay.
Conquering maybe can come later. But yeah, we're pretty excited.
But, you can start conquering by the charts, though, huh?
Yeah.
There's a bit of competition. We were watching the Grammys last night, so we've got to step over Bieber and Usher and...
flick Bieber out.
All right, now, about the music itself, I mean, how do you deal with it, with piracy? How do you deal with digital? I mean, how do you have any ideas on it?
Because we're just saying today that...
It happens.
It's going to happen, so... we were saying that we'd rather, and we have always said, we'd rather people have our music for free than not have it at all.
Okay.
So, and we're not, that doesn't mean that we're all for pirating.
Don't go out there and go find it.
But if you really want to support us, buy it. But if you have to have it, then you have to have it.
Yeah,
and you have to come to our show then and buy a ticket. It's either one or the other.
Is that okay? So we'll be back after this, and of course, what nungguin Bag Raider with Shooting Stars. It's all coming up next. The Celebrity on Your Daily Playlist. We are still here, the Celebrity on Your Daily Playlist, the Prambors 102.2 FM. All right, now, you guys, I mean, I have to ask you this. How do you think, I mean, to me, being a rock and roll star is not just, playing rock and roll. I mean, rock and roll star, being a rock star is actually an attitude. Are you guys a rock star?
Well, if you saw us in the studio right now, we're not the biggest, rock gods.
But again, I mean...
You guys actually wearing a dressing gown? No, just kidding. I'm joking.
I mean, how do you define yourself as, let's say, a rock star? What do you think of it? The term of it.
The first thing that comes to mind is chucking a chair out the hotel window. Okay. I think if I do that, I'm going to be going home in a police car.
But I mean, being a rock star itself now, it doesn't sound like you have to get a guitar playing some distortion.
It's more of a business now, I think.
Okay.
It's turned into an entity and building a brand, whereas then it was your manager would do that and you could throw guitars around and...
Yeah, I think all you need to do now is just chuck on a leather jacket, some sunglasses and walk outside at 6 a.m. with a champagne bottle. But
this is still a rock star, huh?
That's it. That's fine. You can make any music and do that, then you can call yourself a rock star. But I don't think you'll see us doing that.
All right, so what are your rock star moments? I mean, have you guys ever I mean, you went to Bali, right, Jimmy? Yeah. You went to Bali for 5 times. What are the experience there? I mean, being a rock star, Bali is crazy.
I think the most rock star experience I've ever seen was Jimmy taking a fire extinguisher off the wall in Japan
in a 5-star hotel
and letting it off in a hotel with no, in the lobby with no, not the lobby, the hallway with no windows or anything like that. And so I completely ruined this hotel, and we had police and things
seriously,
like that.
Police?
Yeah.
All right. So
in Japan, they can hold you for 40 days or something without questioning.
Man.
So kind of
all right. So what did you do, Hugo? I mean, did you have?
You know what? I'll tell you exactly what I did.
He shut his door.
Here's what happened was I hear all this commotion going on outside my door, and then I hear, because we had a whole bunch of friends there, I hear, "Don't do it, Jimmy." And I was like, what the hell is he about to do that's going to be so bad? He can't get into my room.
Okay.
Completely sober as well.
And so, yeah, really. And so I walk up to the door, and I had to look through the keyhole into the hallway, and he's standing there going, "How does it work?" Trying to pull the pin on a fire extinguisher. So I was like, this is not happening. And I see him try and shove it under my door.
Okay.
And so
you're pulling a prank on this guy, huh?
And so I run to the, there were 3 of us in the room at the time, and you can't open the windows in Japanese hotel rooms. That was it. And so I had to run, grabbed a towel, and I shoved it under the crack of the door. Okay. So instead of in my room, it blew up into the hallway everywhere.
Oh, man. Yeah, so, yeah, of course. Did the police arrest you or detain you?
We tried to go we did go to sleep, and then half an hour later got a knock on the door, and the police were like, "Can you come out wearing the same clothes as you were wearing last night?" And we were like,
you have to wear the same clothes you're wearing.
Yeah, so obviously we didn't. So we walked out in completely different clothes, me and 2 other guys, and then they were like, and the hotel manager kind of was like, "Yeah, we saw you on CCTV footage," and I was like, "Okay."
So I went to bed and just forgot about everyone. I was like, "This isn't my problem. I'll be sleeping."
It doesn't matter. You guys are working together. I don't give a care.
Well, they still came to my room because someone walked from my room to their room, and there were footprints from my door down to his door.
So it was a dead giveaway, really.
It was, and so I still tried to play the whole, "I'm sleeping. I'm sorry about all this. I don't know who's done this," and I could have ratted him out. I'd be like, "That room down there, go get him."
All right, that was your crazy experience also. So buat kalau misalnya mau pengen nanya lagi, go ahead, another rock and roll experience. Maybe we can actually hear from them after coming back home from Jakarta. We have no idea what's going to happen, right?
Exactly. Anything could happen.
Just take the fire extinguishers away.
I think they call ahead and do that, my manager.
We'll be back after. Stay tuned. Prambors 102.2 FM. It was a great playlist, and of course, kalau muda yang dengerin juga pasti senang banget because it has a different kind of tune to it tonight. Masih barengan Fly Facilities. We've got Jimmy and Hugo in the studio, and of course, to you, what's next for you guys after you guys are, you want to play in some clubs in America, and of course, you're gonna get a new single, and then play around the world again. But what is like for the next 3 years?
Ooh, well,
I think defining more of a show when we're playing, giving some stuff out and making it kind of fun and
a bit more interactive. A DJ set's great and everything, but like we're gonna add some. We already have started adding live elements. There's a lot of saxophone in our remixes, and of course in Cravey, so we've got a live sax player that comes with us sometimes. And like we're thinking we're gonna do a few things and play on like the flight kind of vibe.
Yeah, we've got this good aeroplane thing going. Got this good aeronautical thing going. And so we kind of play up on that a bit, and it's good fun.
Okay. So after that, what kind of songs that you guys are thinking? I mean, what are crazy ideas that you already have in mind, but you haven't actually put it down on paper or
the one thing I want right now, which is definitely in the foreseeable future, like really soon, we want to just have, pick a girl out of the audience, or even just bring a friend along, have her come out with the trolley and give away.
And put him in like a kind of cabin crew, flight hostess uniform, and like throw some shirts on her. Or even we've been thinking about like building a gun that like she can put on her shoulder and like
t-shirt cannon.
T-shirt cannon, and it just shoots, imagine a cute girl with like a flight hostess costume on shooting a big gun full of t-shirts out. Would be pretty cool.
And then I think in a couple of months, once we've done the second single, we'll do a mixtape, and I really want to go get some napkins printed with the logo.
Napkins?
And then also, like just some paper ones, and then some peanuts as well. So then at the shows, you can weigh a CD with the peanuts and the napkin, just like, like on the plane.
You're making a lot of gimmicks. I mean, if the listeners right now is listening, I mean, you guys, how do we get your merchandises,
It'll be available pretty soon again.
Yeah, you just look on our website, which is flightfacilities.com.
Okay, so and
then there's a blog attached to that, and there's usually on both of them the merch will be available.
All right, guys, thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
This is really a fun playlist, by the way. I mean, it's really fun, and of course, we are really hoping for you guys to come over again.
Yeah,
and maybe play in our own events.
Yeah,
and
it's up to you guys, the fans out there. So keep requesting,
keep tweeting. Huh? Yeah. All right, thank you so much, Hugo and Jimmy. You guys are great. So, what else? What's next? Your last before we go off the air. I mean, what do you want to say to all the fans, the listeners?
Thanks so much for voting for us in the top 40, and thanks to Prambors for playing the song.
And it means a lot to see our song alongside some of the biggest artists in the world right now. So to know that we can make a song in a bedroom and still have it succeed to that level is a really good feeling. It's given us some extra hope.
So thanks very much to the fans.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much, Jimmy and Hugo, and we'll see you again. So, thank you so much. We are off, and I'm going to play you the last song coming from Gonzalez. This is Never Stop. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye, guys.
Bye.